Today we're doing another faux stained glass sun catcher using the laser cutouts that we cut in our shop. So this one obviously is super cute, Hummingbird. I am excited for you to see this one because I know the end result, but you don't know the end result yet, but it's going to be so good. So I started with some brown paint. I watered it down and I'm using a makeup sponge to apply it on both front and back. Then I'm going to use a baby wipe to remove the excess paint from the back side and the front side. Then you're going to dry it really good. Then I'm going to use some contact paper to apply to the back. It's like transfer tape. It's got these grid lines. I cut it to the size. I will say that I've been trying these different contact papers and this one did leave a sticky residue, but I did use it to my advantage in the end, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I have these glass packs that are in 2-ounce bags. I did not use very much. I had 3/4 of the bag left for this project. So 2 ounces will go a long way. So I used Golden Honey. I used Treetop, Firestorm, Tidal Wave, Majestic Plum, and Glass Slipper. I don't think I missed anything. So you're just going to start by filling in all the openings, and I'm using these tools to just push the glass around to fill it in. And I'm going to tell you, I really love how this turned out. And listen, you can use whatever colors you want for your flowers and stuff, but I went with something that was very neutral and I felt like it went together. I pulled up some pictures of different hummingbird scenes and I tried to go really colorful with this one, and I like the way it turned out. So this Firestorm and this Golden Honey I thought would be really pretty for like some yellow and red flowers. And then I used vibrant colors on this hummingbird. I'm telling you, they turned out so good. I just looked at pictures on the internet and found these pretty pictures of different hummingbirds, and I just use it as inspiration. I use a Majestic Plum, I use that Tidal Wave, the Firestorm, and the Treetop, and I added in that Golden Honey. It just turned out so good, and when you see it in the end, I think you're going to love it. But any color combinations would work great. You could do this more of the browns if you like that, but I went colorful with this one. So I'm just filling in all the little parts. I did miss a little piece in the middle. And then for the sky, I'm doing just the glass slipper. It's like clear glass. And I'm just pushing it around. I went kind of quickly because it's really hard to see, but I just filled in the whole background. Now, I really wanted this to look like it was floating and flying in the sky. And I think it turned out really good. So I'm using Let's Resin. I've used the UV version of this, like the UV resin of Let's Resin, but I've not used their regular resin, and I mixed up 100 milliliters, and of course follow the directions from the manufacturer. I will say I had more bubbles with this one. I don't know if it's user error. It could be. I'm not really sure. I ended up doing all the things that, all the tips and tricks, but I ended up having quite a few bubbles. Maybe it was because I used this dropper tool, but I found that most of my bubbles were when I was pouring it into the glass, the clear background, and I had a really hard time with this one, but I'm using it to my advantage because it makes a really good scene at the end. So that backer that I applied to the background ended up creating a sticky residue when I pulled it off. And so I used it to my advantage to add some mica powder. And I had never used mica powder on any of these, so I wanted to try something different. And before I get started, just so you know, I'm just covering the whole thing with the rest of that resin so that it creates a really glossy look. I like that look. If you want it to be more inset, just don't fill the openings all the way in and you'll be able to have that wood frame look. But I've been really liking the whole like coated look. So that's what I'm doing here, just taking my paintbrush, going around the edges. And then I did let this sit overnight and cure. It was still kind of flexible. It wasn't quite cured all the way when I ended up doing the next step, but you're going to see that here in just a few minutes, that I'm taking this chameleon mica powder and I'm going to apply it with a brush to that sticky back. Like that contact paper left a sticky residue, which if you want to take it off, just use some alcohol to get it off, like rubbing alcohol. But I took this mica powder. It's like Aurora. Oh my gosh, like I was not expecting what was going to happen when I hit this in the light because it looks so green and iridescent when I'm applying it. But as soon as I walked outside of my warehouse and held it up to the sun, I was like, what is this transformation? It's so good. And I like that it's color shifting. It's really cool, especially for the like sun catchers. So basically what I did is I coated the entire outside of the clear with that. And then I put Mod Podge over it to kind of seal it. And then I did a clear coat of Mod Podge over the rest of it. And you could use resin over the top of this. I just didn't want to mix up another thing of resin. So I used Mod Podge. Worked just as good. And this is where you can see where I'm just going over the whole thing. I'm just checking how it looks on the other side because I wasn't sure. This is the back side that I'm applying it to. Now, use your own creativity with these because I'm telling you, these are just loads of fun. I am so glad we released this collection. And so many people have already been getting these wood cutouts, and I cannot wait. They're shipping out. I want to see what you make, so be sure to tag me. Repost this, share it, save it for later so that you can use this tutorial to guide you. And I just hope, inspire someone with this because I think it's just fun for crafters. Okay, so you're going to dry in between, obviously, your Mod Podge coat. So the mica powder, dry it, do in the back where there wasn't mica powder, and then we're going to dry that. And these come in 6 packs, 12 packs, and 18 packs, or you can get singles also. We also have glass in 2 ounce, 8 ounce, and 16 ounce. These are really fun for like crafting at home for yourself or in a workshop. They're just really cool. So be sure to check that out. I would love for you to get you some, make them, show me what you think. But look at that color shift. Isn't that gorgeous? I could not wait to show you guys. I hope you like this one. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.